My name is Sarah Moore. I'm going to speak to you about the healthcare service of telemedicine. This service is something I personally have used many times and find it very beneficial due to the fact that I work an hour away from where I live, and this makes it difficult to see my physician when necessary. If you don't know what telemedicine is, it's a healthcare service that allows for you to virtually see a physician in a number of different specialties. Telemedicine covers a broad range of disciplines within the healthcare community, including but not limited to dermatology, neurology, primary care, and mental health services. When telehealth first came about, it was intended to reach those who had limited or no access to all healthcare. However, today, telemedicine has become a very large and booming industry due to the current situation with the global pandemic. The pandemic forced many healthcare organizations to adopt a telehealth method in order to keep their business open and still care for their patients. Due to the pandemic, many people did and still do not wish to leave their homes. This is where telehealth became crucial in continuing patient care. Telehealth allows individuals to stay in their homes and reduce the number of germs they are exposed to. As stated before, telemedicine originally allowed for individuals in more rural areas to gain access to healthcare. This improves the quality of life that an individual who previously may not have had access to healthcare was not able to achieve before. For example, the use of telemedicine for stroke patients in rural areas increased the likelihood that the individual would seek the appropriate treatment for their strokes versus those who did not partake in what is now known as telestroke. A common question associated with telemedicine is how much will it cost? This varies for a multitude of reasons, including whether or not the company you use for insurance will cover the use of telemedicine. Since the pandemic, many companies have decided to cover the cost of telemedicine visits in its entirety or by using a small copay. My own personal insurance only charges a nominal fee of $10 for every telehealth visit. My experience alone is not enough to state that the cost of telemedicine helps reduce the cost of healthcare, but there have been studies that suggest just that. According to a study done in 2018, the researchers found that across 4 different specialties, the cost of healthcare was significantly lowered for those who participated in the use of virtual healthcare with their providers. Given the fact that the healthcare expenditures are consistently growing over the years within the United States, it is my opinion that telehealth is very important and is a necessary step in lowering the cost of healthcare nationwide. Lowering healthcare costs is not the only positive outcome to become of the virtual healthcare visits. According to one article, clinical outcomes are greatly improved with the use of virtual healthcare in a few disciplines, including wound care, psychiatry, and even in the treatment of certain chronic conditions. It not only improved clinical outcomes, but it also showed signs of improving patient satisfaction. In addition to those benefits mentioned above, there are some other advantages of using telemedicine. Some advantages include ability to be seen sooner and more frequently, no need to set up transportation or spend money on gas, ability to see more providers who may not be in your area, and it is also easier to fit into your schedule. In addition, those who live with a caregiver are able to include their caregivers in their appointments. This makes the continuation of care for that patient at home more likely to be a success. All that being said, there are still disadvantages to the use of telehealth. Some disadvantages in the use of telehealth include, but are not limited to, you must have access to internet, technical difficulties, a full physical exam cannot be done via virtual visits, and emergency situations cannot be handled by the use of telehealth. Telehealth is not necessarily for everyone, and it should be a carefully made decision based on the symptoms you're experiencing and what you feel you need to experience to improve your current situation. I hope that you have found this video to be useful and informative in deciding your future decisions regarding the use of telehealth. Thank you.